Hey Jeeks, welcome back to YouTube Let's Play here with ROCKINMRMAGIC of Jeek Nation. Still playing that Red Dead Redemption, and noticed on my map that I had another stranger incident come up. So I decided to investigate, and I noticed that after playing through it, it was Mr. White and Mr. Black from The Ties That Bind. If you don't recall, Mr. White and Mr. Black, either as Arthur or as John Marston, you helped them get out of jail, well, out of a chain gang, essentially, and you bump into them a couple times as they are trying to avoid the law. So I hadn't bumped into them for a bit now, and I was kind of surprised to bump into them way out here. So as I'm playing, I didn't realize it was them, and we're gonna watch here as you go through the cutscreen.
Can we help you?
I'm fine. Oh, I know you two.
Hey, look who it is.
Oh.
I barely recognize you boys on account of you not trying to kill each other.
Yeah, well, somebody learned his manners, finally.
So you boys didn't run away.
Now, nobody looking out here. I reckon we're okay.
All right. But the law's pretty... well, it's pretty vigorous these days.
I told you we should leave, but did you want to listen? Oh, no. Mr. High and Mighty, he don't listen to no one.
Oh, would you just shut up?
I will not. I will not shut up.
You know what? You'll shut up when I shut you up.
Oh, that's real funny. I cannot believe it. I'm stuck out here with only you to talk to. I get a better conversation from the goddamn trees.
I know. I've seen you talking to them. They should have hanged you for being a
So that's
moron.
Mr. White and Mr. Black. They're still at it, their usual bickering.
You're an unkind
But
man, Mr.
I wanted to
White.
see if there was some more that they would give us, as they're pretty entertaining. So we see here, Mr. White goes
Let me
into
in.
the house,
Let-
and Mr. Black is
Let me
continuing
in.
to argue
Open the
with
door.
him.
Come on, let me
And
in. I'll kill you
while I'm
myself.
watching this,
Go
I thought,
away. Let me in.
I wonder if they've got anything good.
I'm sorry.
Because
Okay,
essentially,
I'm sorry.
you're
let
still a
me
criminal
in.
playing this game.
Go away.
So I was wondering if there was any way where I could see if there was any other reactions I could get out of Mr. White and Mr. Black. So, pulled out my rifle here. Just wanted to see what was going on. And you can tell, they can see they're still going on. They're still talking. Mr. Black is apologizing now to Mr. White. And we see Mr. White let Mr. Black into the house. So I decided to continue to look around here and just trying to figure out what I can get these guys to potentially do. Is there more I can interact with them? Because in general with these guys, once you interact with them and you hang around too long, they start to get angry with you. So I run around the back, as you can see. They heard me rustling in the weeds there, and now they're wondering if I'm still hanging around. They think so, and I decided let me wait it out a little bit, see how long they continue to wait, or if they're going to say anything else. So I decided to stand around here and see if I could get something to happen. Just waiting, seeing if they say anything else. Decided to run around a little bit, run around as I speed through this because it's kind of boring, to be perfectly honest, and come back here. And now I decided, you know what? Let me take a shot, see if I can draw them out. So blast the rifle here. Let me try this again, and see if anybody comes out. Nothing. Shoot again. More nothing. So now I'm like, how about I try this? Let's see if I can burn them out. So I take out, yeah, that's right, I'm taking out the Molotov, and I want to see if I can burn them out. So I throw the Molotov here, and well, as you can hear, screams. Yeah, they're dead. No one's running out, no one's screaming, no one's jumping off trying to get themselves free. So I can't seem to get them down. So I would like to try to see if I can loot them, see if Mr. Black and Mr. White have anything interesting, and they're not helping my cause. Yeah. So we're going to try this again and see what else we can come up with. Maybe I can find some way to draw them out here. So while my reload came up, I was wondering, how am I going to get these guys down? You know, the fire didn't work, so I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the rope. Let's get the rope out and see what I can do. Because I think that makes sense. You know, what if I can rope them and pull them down, and then just hog tie them, because I don't want to kill them. Plus, there might be another part to ties that bind that, you know, may come in the future. So I was like, you know, let me just try to tie them up. But as you can see, as I get down here, it puts my rope away. So once the scene ends, I pull my rope back out. And let's see if I can tie these guys up. Nope. Nope. Mr. Black doesn't get it. Mr. White goes in. And here's another attempt. And let me try a third time. Mr. Black stands up. Not gonna let me rope these suckers. So, bam. Yeah, that was frustration partially, but also I wanted to see if my man would come down. And no one else goes down from a bullet to the shoulder, but apparently Mr. Black can't take much but one slug to the shoulder. So, another failed attempt. So I decided to, let's try again here. So I'm going to reload, and let's see what happens. Boom. This time I catch Mr. Black in the chest. Not what I wanted to do. Of course, Mr. White's inside, and I've failed yet again. This is starting to get a little frustrating that I can't get these guys to react any kind of way. Mr. White is just like, man, forget this cat. You know, he got shot in the chest. Oh, well, I'm not going to come out ride for this dude. All we do is argue anyway. So I'm looking around here, and I'm hoping that there's some way I can kind of jump up here, but there's no way I can get up with that ladder there. So I'm going to try to load this and see what I can do to try to get them down. So I decided to reload again here, and I'm thinking maybe if I can get the jump on them. All the other times I've shot at Mr. Black just because Mr. White goes in first, you know, with the lines he's doing to keep up with their continuing bickering. Let me draw first, and boom, I blast Mr. White. And then, because for some reason I got trigger happy, I blast Mr. Black. But you notice the door still opened. So the game is definitely having Mr. White go in there, and looks like nothing I'm going to do is going to prevent that from happening. So them coming back out because of what I do is going to be probably nil. So I decided to try one more time here on this reload, and figure if I can get the drop on him, let me just throw a Molotov and see if I can stop him, because the bullet kept Mr. White from going in. So here we go. Boom! And they're down they go. They are burning and crispy, but Mr. Black and Mr. White are off of their high perch. Now I've finally done it. I can see what is going on. Do they have anything worthwhile? Gonna let their bodies, you know, cool off a bit. Don't want to get burned. Don't want to be all stingy from the heat. Don't want to be singed. So let's see. I think this one's Mr. White. I mean, Mr. Black. I don't know. They both burn up. But I only got some ammunition and some cocaine gum and some more cartridges and some more little nothing. So I did all that to see if I could do it. But then, look, check this out. Not only do I get a little bit of nothing, and of course I'm more evil, but there's a floating bottle. The bottle is floating. Nice little fun glitch here. My Molotov cocktail bottle just decided to freeze in mid-air. So, yeah. Decided, let me test this out. Is this a bottle? Bang. Glass shatters. That's the bottle. So that concludes my attempt here. I finally did it. I got Mr. Black and Mr. White down from their high perch. Unfortunately, they didn't have anything good on them, But it was fun trying. I want to thank everyone for watching this episode of Let's Plays by Jeek Nation. I am ROCKINMRMAGIC. Please, like and subscribe to the video if you enjoyed it. Hit the bell to get notifications of our other video content here on YouTube. And of course, always check out us on Facebook at Jeek Nation, on Twitter at Jeek Nation, and listen to our podcast here on YouTube as well as on Spotify, Stitcher, and those shows are Breaking Ring Rust, our pro wrestling podcast, and our original OG, the original Jeek podcast by us at Jeek Nation. And as always, peace.